If you want to get No Man's Sky's Beachhead Expedition Redux for 2025 done fast, you are in the right place. You have a week or less to get this done, as it is with us until the 18th of November, but if you stick to this guide you can get it done in as little as 90 minutes, maybe even less. This is a step-by-step guide, and as such only really has the minimum you need to get everything done. I'll inform you if and when to claim the milestone rewards to keep inventory management under control, as well as every resource you'll need. One extra thing we will do for this one is fix the matter beam. Many new players are about, and the matter beam is an amazing bit of technology, so we'll fix it so you can package it and take it back to your primary save. Lastly, for a brief beginner explanation of expeditions, see this guide. For an advanced look at maximising your loot from expeditions, check this guide. I'll link both below. Right, let's get to it. Once you initialise, you will be on your freighter, not on a planet surface for once. First thing to do though, as always, is to sort the tech in your exosuit, because it's always best to get the extra bonuses. First put the jetpack in the supercharged slot, add the other jetpack upgrades to it, then move your hazard protection to the other supercharged slot, and move any other hazard protection upgrades you have next to it. Put the life support upgrade next to the life support core, and you're good. The first action we actually need to do is exit the freighter bridge, head to the hangar, jump in your ship and fly down to the nearest planet. It is a barren planet called XVII. Land anywhere. This will complete a waiting. Now scan 3 fauna. This will complete first contact. Scan all flora you see, including cave marrow. You'll be going into a cave at some point to get some cobalt, and you'll want to scan about 4 or more flora on this planet. As long as you get 4, you're good. While you're scanning the flora, gather the items on this list on screen. The carbon is easiest to gain from the plant found in caves, as these give about 150 each. Oxygen, of course, can be really easily gained from the gaseous, hazardous plants, and the rest is fairly standard. You'll need to refine some of those items, as you can see on screen now. Note that 160 of the carbon you gathered is for fueling your personal refiner and your mining beam. Also 200 of the oxygen is for your life support to ensure you never run out. Once you've gathered everything and have at least started refining, fly back up to your freighter. Once back on your freighter, craft the items on screen now, and ensure the Starship launch fuel is put into your ship. Claim the rewards from first contact. Now build the orbital exocraft materializer in your freighter base. This will complete drop protocol. Now claim the rewards from drop protocol. Now build the scanner room in your freighter base. This will complete Farseer. Leave the freighter and fly down to the barren planet again, XVII, and once you're at least in your ship, claim the rewards from Farseer. Once you are in the atmosphere of the planet, use all 5 of the planetary charts you just received from Farseer. These are all distress signal charts. There are 5 of them, and you can get 5 different points of interest from these charts. We'll need 3 of them. If it tells you you already have the building that it's trying to give you, just keep pressing it. It will eventually find all 5 different ones. Once you have all 5 waypoints, go to the crashed freighter marker. Once at the site, land and interact with the sphere in the centre of the crash site, and work through the dialogue to complete Fallen Giants. You are welcome to dig up any of the loot in the containers. We don't need it, but if you want to, there's stuff in there. Just know you won't need any of that stuff that you get from it for the guide. Now fly to one of the distress signal markers. There are 2 different distress signal markers. Both of them are crashed ships. One will have an NPC there, one will not. You'll want to go to both of them, so it doesn't matter which one you go to first. Land there, and if there's an NPC, talk to the NPC, then go to the ship and try and fix it. It will hopefully be possible to fix their ship with the 75 pure ferrite we made earlier. If it is not, then you're going to have to gather whatever you need to fix it. Helping the NPC and fixing their ship will complete Interstellar Rescue. If the first one you went to did not have an NPC, just claim the ship and then go to the other one. If the first one had the NPC, then go to the other one you haven't been to and claim the ship. Now get in your original ship and fly over the planet's surface using the ship's scanner to find points of interest. These will show up as a little blue house icon. Land at each one you find and interact with the actual thing that had the icon on it, which is a waypoint to save and chart. Do this 5 times to complete the milestone Signs to Nowhere. Once done, fly up into space and pulse to the space station. Before heading in, fly into the asteroid field right next to it and shoot asteroids until Stardust triggers. After that, fly into the space station, then talk to NPCs walking around. You need to learn a word from each one of them. After talking to 6 and learning a word from each one, you'll complete Linguaphile. Claim the rewards from Linguaphile. Now go to the Galactic Trade Terminal in the station and sell the 5 Nip buds you just received. Then buy 260 ferrite dust, 40 salt, 60 cobalt, and 1 metal plating. Now go to the cartographer and buy 4 of the purple alien planetary charts. These, I believe, should be the 4th one down. They will only cost 1 navigation data each and will have a purple icon on them. With the charts, teleport back to your freighter. Back on your freighter, build the refiner room in your freighter base. Now refine the items on screen now. Note that the Fecium is a 2-input recipe and will require the refiner room, which is why we built it. Now craft 3 antimatter, 2 antimatter housing and 1 amino chamber. Then build the teleport chamber in the freighter base. Head down to the hangar and jump in and out the crashed damaged ship you claimed earlier. Then use a teleporter you just built to get back to the station you just teleported from. In the station, scrap the damaged ship. Make sure it is a damaged one with lots of damaged slots and not your primary ship. After scrapping it, sell the scrap items to the Galactic Trade Terminal and also sell the technology to the technology vendor. Now buy 6 wiring looms in the Galactic Trade Terminal. Then teleport back to your freighter. In your freighter, dismantle the teleport chamber, orbital exocrat materializer, and refiner room. Use the repair kit to fix the chromatic metal requirement on the freighter hyperdrive. Then finish repairing the other requirements on both the freighter hyperdrive and the atmospheric control unit, completing all hands on deck. Claim the rewards from all hands on deck and fallen giants. Now build a storage room in your freighter base. After building it, immediately dismantle it. Now craft 2 magnetic resonators. Fix the matter beam technology on your freighter. This isn't really required for the expedition, we're just fixing it so that you can use it through the expedition and then package it and take it back with you after. Install the salvage hyperdrive upgrade, which is an S-class freighter hyperdrive upgrade that you received from Fallen Giants. Install it into the supercharged slot on your freighter if it has one available, and then move the freighter hyperdrive so it's touching it. And finally, fuel your freighter hyperdrive with the 3 warp cells you have. We're now going to warp. Use the center console on your freighter's bridge to warp to the Rendezvous 1 system. Unless you're intensely unlucky, you should be able to make this and so every single other jump in a single jump. Entering into Loparve, the Rendezvous 1 system, should complete the milestone Engage Warp. Wait a few seconds after warping and the mission Freighter Command will start. Once it does, interact with the Fleet Management console on the bridge, talk to the NPC next to the center console, enter your base and build a Fleet Command Room, interact with the Fleet Command Room console and download the fuel plans. You are now free to send out fleet expeditions. You need to do 3 for Calling by the Stars. To send out a mission, talk to the NPC next to the center console and the bridge and pick the mission with the shortest light year distance. This is because we only have 200 frigate fuel, so we want to make sure that at least 2 of the missions only require 50 frigate fuel to actually send. Once you pick the mission, just add the frigate you have to it, then send it off. Once you've sent the mission off, head straight to your fleet command room that you just built, interact with it to abort the mission. Then interact with it again to debrief the mission. Once you've debriefed, it will count as sending off one of the 3 missions you need to for Calling by the Stars. So repeat those steps, talk to the NPC, abort the mission and debrief another 2 times to complete Calling by the Stars. Once you finish that, enter your ship, exit the freighter and focus the milestone Rendezvous 1. Pulse to the marker. Stop just above where the marker is on the planet's surface and look around for the portal. Each of the rendezvous in this expedition are portals. Unfortunately, that means we can't scan for them as we approach. Once you found the portal, land at it and just approach the DHD and that will trigger the milestone. Once Rendezvous 1 has triggered, enter photo mode and take a screenshot using the in-game controls, not the controls of your console or gaming platform. Double check that Grand Tour has counted the screenshot. Scan the 2 trees in view of the portal as well as the 2 bushes. There are also 2 types of marrow bulb and a type of cave plant in the cave you can see from the portal. Scan them. Fly into space and look for a coastline on the planet's surface, still the Rendezvous 1 glacial planet. Then fly down to the coastline. At some point the Pilgrim should have completed, if not, sprint around a bit until it does. Jetpack boosting won't count. Claim the milestone rewards from the Pilgrim. Now install the fishing rig. If it says you don't have some of the items required to build this, remember that you have a matter beam on your freighter and some of the items are probably in your freighter inventory, and you can access them from the planet's surface with that matter beam. Now craft mealworms. Just 1 set, which is 30. Add the mealworms to your fishing rig as bait, then start fishing. You need to fish up 5 frozen world fish that are an uncommon rarity, or better. This means blue, purple or yellow. The green ones don't count. Also remember that the frozen world fish are not any fish that can be caught on a frozen world, but fish that are specific to frozen worlds. It will say as such in their description. Fishing up 5 uncommon frozen world fish will complete Icy Veins. With that done, head back into space, summon your freighter and enter it. Using your freighter again, warp to the Rendezvous 2 system, Blosal. Upon entering the Rendezvous 2 system Blosal, exit your freighter, fly straight into the atmosphere of the Forsaken planet next to you. It's the closest one, the first planet of the system. Once you're in the atmosphere, you can just enter photo mode, you don't need to land, and just take a screenshot in the same way that you did on Rendezvous 1. This is another requirement for Grand Tour. This counts as the airless planet. With that done, focus the milestone Rendezvous 2 and pulse to the marker. Stop just above where the marker is and look around for a portal. As before, scanning won't help. Once you've found the portal, land at it and approach the HD to trigger the milestone. After Rendezvous 2 has triggered, scan the flora in range of the portal. There are 2 shrubs, 1 tree and 1 to 2 cave marrow types. This should complete the Engine of Life. Once it has, claim the milestone, the Engine of Life. Head back into space, summon your freighter and enter it. In your freighter base, build the double cultivation chamber. This will complete the air we breathe. With that done, using your freighter again, warp to Rendezvous 3. Upon entering Uzneter V, which is a Rendezvous 3 system, exit your freighter, focus a Rendezvous 3 milestone and pulse to the marker. Stop just above where the marker is and look around for the portal again. Once found, land at it and approach the DHD to trigger the milestone Rendezvous 3. Once that's done, take a screenshot using photo mode in the in-game controls like before, which will complete Grand Tour. With that done, head back into space, summon your freighter and enter it. Using the freighter again, warp to the Rendezvous 4 system. Upon entering Gelsko X, which is a Rendezvous 4 system, exit your freighter, focus the milestone Rendezvous 4 and pulse to the marker. As with all the others, stop just around the marker, look for a portal and land at it. Then walk to the DHD to trigger the milestone. With Rendezvous 4 done, head back into space, summon your freighter and enter it. Then, as before, use the freighter's warp function to warp to Rendezvous 5. Once you've arrived at Rendezvous 5, the Ruberoml 17 system, exit your freighter, focus a milestone Rendezvous 5 and pulse to the marker. As with all the other times, you're looking for a portal, so look for it, land at it, walk towards the DHD, and that will complete Rendezvous 5. Now, claim the milestones Rendezvous 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The nanites rewarded from these will complete Quantum Foam. Use your analysis visor to mark and dig up 3 buried items. There are 3 actual item types that count for this, and if you're having trouble finding any, you could just focus the mission One Man's Treasure and it will give you the target sweep function to help find them. The item types that work are buried cache, buried mineral formation and buried organic structure. Digging up 3 of any of those types will work, completing One Man's Treasure. With that complete, use 3 of the purple alien planetary charts you purchased in the first system. Head to the ancient plaque and choose either language or knowledge. Language will give you a word, knowledge will give you a marker to a ruin with buried treasure. You don't need the treasure, but if you want it, you can choose that option. This will complete Nameless History. Use the 4th and final purple alien planetary chart. Now fly to each of the ruin, ancient plaque and monolith, and at each one interact with the dais and choose the historiographical dosimeter option, completing historiography lesson. Fly up into space, summon the anomaly and enter it. Talk to the Quicksilver Synthesis companion and purchase a myth beacon. In the Quicksilver shop menu you can filter what is shown, so go left on the filter 2 or 3 times until the myth beacon shows up on a really short list. This will complete Creative Consciousness. Focus a milestone Echo Through the Ages, then you can either leave and summon and enter your freighter, or just teleport to your freighter from the anomaly, and use the freighter warp to head to the system that is marked with a traveller grave in the galactic map. Upon entering this system, jump into your ship and pulse to the marker, which should be a traveller grave icon. At the marker, look for a boundary failure, which is a sort of big ring standing up. Once you found it, land at it and walk toward it, then use the myth beacon in your inventory. This will complete Echo Through the Ages. With that complete, jump back into your ship and fly to the thing that appeared because you use the myth beacon. And accept it. You'll need to talk to it via the communicator. This will complete Historical Paragon. You're basically done now, so fly into space, summon your freighter, and enter it. Claim the milestone, Engage Warp. Engage Warp will have given you 3 warp hypercores, so this should easily be more than enough fuel for our last task. You need to complete Uncharted. Uncharted requires you to have discovered 8 undiscovered systems. What it means by discovered is that this is a system that says first contact when you enter it. Many people may have been to a system that says first contact for you, and they just haven't uploaded the system to the HG servers. Or your connection to the HG servers isn't quite on at the moment, so you haven't downloaded the fact that someone's already been here. There are 4 ways to do this. You can either warp in a straight line. I would recommend using the shiny galactic core in the galactic map as a landmark, and then choose, say, 45 degrees to the left or 45 degrees up from that marker, and just go in that direction in relation to the galactic core each time, and warp as far as you can every time, which will basically mean you're going in a straight line. Doing that will get you out of the well-discovered area around the expedition path as quickly as possible and into new systems that haven't been discovered. So just keep doing that in a straight line, and eventually you'll complete Uncharted. Another option is to travel to a featured base on the anomaly via the teleporter there, then start warping. Another option is to talk to Polo for a black hole, go to black hole, go through it, then start warping because you'll be in a fresh area of space, or at least fresher than the expedition. Lastly, on Steam you can turn it to offline mode, and I believe this allows you to basically not download the fact that people have already uploaded these systems. You won't be able to rename it or anything, but it will count as a new system for you. I don't know if you can do this on consoles. Anyway, do whatever method you wish to do, or can do, and get Uncharted completed. At some point the Aviator will have triggered. It's basically the flying version of the Pilgrim, so it's a passive one that will just get done by just flying around. And that means you've completed the expedition, so congrats on that. Remember that if you started this expedition on an existing save, you can take a bunch of things back, like the matter beam and sublight amplifier. To send things back, you'll need to claim every reward, including phase rewards, at which point a pop-up saying you have finished will show. At that point you can put resources and tech into the terminal on the anomaly, then go back to the primary save via the pause menu, take it out, and resume the expedition to add more. Any questions, whack them below, me or other viewers will be happy to help. Peace.